Okay, so lately I've been thinking a lot about how to make more money. How's that for an opening statement? Because let's be honest, the journey to becoming a full-time content creator is not easy. It's hard generating revenue, and you have to be in so many places today. You have to be on Instagram, you have to be on YouTube. So having a website is just another place where people can come find you and be able to contact you. So today we're gonna learn how to make our very own website. And trust me, it's really easy. So if you guys wanna learn something, then stick around until the end because I promise you will. Now, I just want to start off this video by saying that you don't need to know how to code or anything like that. Creating a website in today's age is actually very, very simple and very straightforward. And there's a ton of platforms out there that you guys can use to create your own website. I've just chosen to go with Squarespace for my own website, and that's honestly purely because of the aesthetic. Now, Squarespace has a ton of templates out there that I personally really like, that I feel like go with my look and my style, which is the main reason I ended up going with Squarespace. And no, this video is not sponsored by Squarespace. I just really like all the features and all the templates that they come with natively. Okay, now without wasting any more time, let's dive into how you guys can start creating your very own website today. Okay, so the very first step is for you guys to go on Squarespace and create your own account. That should just take a couple of seconds, and you have to quickly verify your email address. Once you do that, you can head over to your own dashboard. Now you're gonna see that I've already created my website, and I'll leave a link to my website below in the description so you guys can check it out. Go ahead, browse around it, maybe draw some inspiration from it and see what I've built. But I'm basically gonna walk you guys through on how I got there. So let's get back to that. Now, like I mentioned, my website already exists over here, but for you guys creating your websites for the first time, you're not gonna have anything here. And what you're actually gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna go ahead and click on Create Website right here. And now once you do, this is the big plus of Squarespace. They have so many amazing templates that you can pick from to create your own website. And just scrolling through all of these, it was really hard for me to pick, honestly, because I actually thought that all of them were really, really cool. Now, there's a bunch of ways to go ahead and filter through the types of templates that they have depending on what kind of page you have. So if you're looking to open an online store, or maybe a portfolio, or like maybe you want to start writing a blog, you have the option to really filter through those types of templates that already exist within Squarespace. And you can even filter down by the types of topics. So like there's a bunch here. So there's fashion, travel, home and decor, etc., etc. Now, the specific template that I used for my website was Nolan and Co. And basically what you do, like once you find one that you like, is you kind of just go ahead and click on start with Nolan or the name of the template, and you just give it a second to load. So we're just gonna hang on here as it says, please wait. And basically over here, it says, welcome to your site. You can name it whatever you want. So I named my previous one Airbazu, which is why this shows up. But let's just name this my website and hit continue. And then it just gives you a bit of a tutorial on how you can edit your pages, create new pages, and then style your edit. But we're just gonna go ahead and skip that, and we're just gonna get started right away. So the cool part about Squarespace is that you actually have a full 2 weeks to go ahead and play around with this template designer. So you have a free 2 weeks for you to design your own website and then really decide, hey, do I like this or not? And do I want to go through with it? And I think that's awesome because that gives you a ton of time to play around with the website and the look and try and figure out if this is something you actually want to do. Once you dive into making a website, you might not have wanted one originally, but once you started designing, you're like, hey, this would be really useful for my business, and this is something that I'm really ready to launch now. So getting back to the actual website design itself, if you go ahead and click pages on the left pane over here, each template comes with a bunch of pages already built in. So right now we're on the home page. So it'll, as you scroll through, depending on what kind of template you pick, a bunch of new items will pop up in new sections where you can draw some inspiration for how you want to design your website. I'm just gonna go ahead and close the assistant over here. And yeah, so basically if you take a look at this, this is the home page for that template. And then there's a bunch of other pages, right? They have like their work for that specific website. And then once I click on that, this is what the Our Work page looks like. And then it has a bunch of different sections. And then those sections, again, can be handled through the menu over here. And so you can just go ahead through and see how this website is built. Now, the best part about editing this template, or any template on Squarespace for that matter, it's super, super easy. So if I go back to the home page here and I click on edit, now I'm into the editor for this specific template page. And I can literally click on anything and just rename it to whatever I'm feeling. So I can adjust the text. If you go into here, each section has its own specific edit menu. So if I click on the edit thing, I can change like the section height. I can change the background. I can just upload any of my own specific images. So if I go into my desktop and I don't know, if I pick this, I'm not really sure what picture this is. This is a picture from Iceland. So if I go ahead and pick this specific picture, it'll start uploading and then shortly should appear as the background. So right there you can see it's appeared as the background. This image is honestly too large for this specific background, so I cropped it the way that it did. But you can like kind of like adjust like the part of the image that you want to show if you want to be more specific. So if I just want like the car showing, that looks kind of cool for like a header. And then even over here, like if you want to change the logo, you're able to replace this with like an image or anything like that. You can even change the text. So as you guys can see, it's super, super simple to really edit any section of the templates within Squarespace. It's also really easy to just go ahead and delete a section. So if I don't want that, I can just get rid of it, completely remove it. If I want to add a new section, I can click this, and then there's a ton of different styles of sections that you can add. So if you want to add like a YouTube video, a quote, maybe you want to toss in some images or something like that. Maybe you want a calendar. Honestly, the decisions are just endless on Squarespace. And similarly to how you can add a section anywhere on Squarespace. So if I go ahead and I save my changes, I'm also able to add a ton of pages. So like you can add a blank page and build it completely from scratch. But what I like is that if you click on page layouts, there's a ton of different types of pages here. So like people can leave reviews on your website. Maybe you want to build like an appointment calendar, or maybe starting a website for your restaurant and you want to display your menu somewhere. So like there's tons of customizability, so many templates, and Squarespace honestly just makes everything really, really easy for you. Now, if I head out of here and go all the way back into Squarespace, I'm just gonna show you guys my specific website. So at the time of this recording, I actually have not activated it yet, but by the time I do post this to YouTube, the website should be fully activated and you guys can go there and check it out. But this is basically the Nolan template. So I just wanna show you guys what I've been able to do with it. So, you know, I redesigned the template to have my logo at the top, my own personal text. I've updated this to the clients that I've worked with, a lot of my own custom specific images, and I've really revamped the website to kind of fit my needs. So over here I have some links to my YouTube channel where people can come check out my YouTube videos. And overall, like if you go up here, I've updated the Our Services section to really show all the services that I'm able to personally provide. And then I really like the Our Work section. That's honestly my favorite part about this template, and one of the main reasons that I picked it is that if you go here and then jump into any of like the jobs that I've done, so like this was a job that we did with Trivago when we went to Hawaii and we had a chance to capture a bunch of awesome content, and I had the opportunity to kind of describe that here on my website. And then if you scroll through, you can really see all the specific images that I took on this trip. And yeah, so I've done that with a bunch of sections. And one of the things that I like about Squarespace is that you can honestly hop in and really, really customize to any length that you want. So I've actually even added a store over here where you guys can go ahead and purchase my presets for now. This is the only section I have for now, which is digital assets, but I do plan to eventually add in my prints here once I figure out logistics, where I want to get it printed from, etc., etc. But as you guys can see, there's tons of options, and honestly, I love the way the website looks, and I can't wait to launch this. And yeah, I'm honestly just super pumped on it. Okay, so now by this point, you guys are probably done designing your website, and if you are, that's awesome. You guys are almost there. There's only kind of 2 more steps left, and then your Squarespace or whatever platform you went with, website will almost be live. So let's get into those last 2 steps now. Okay, so one of those last steps is to kind of get a domain name for your website, and I'm gonna explain what that means. So what you wanna do on Squarespace is that you wanna head into settings and you wanna click on domain. So by default, my website is airbazu.squarespace.com. Now, I don't want that .squarespace section in there. I just want my website to be airbazu.com. So the way to do that is that you actually click get a domain. And over here, it's gonna give me a bunch of suggestions. And obviously the first one here is airbazu.com. And you guys are gonna see that there is actually a price to have your own custom domain. So over here, it's gonna cost me $20 US a year. So it's very easy to check out. You just add this to your cart and kind of just go through the whole checkout process like you would on any other website. And once you've secured your domain, the next thing you wanna do is actually you wanna sign up for some kind of subscription plan to make your website completely live, because until you do this, it's not going to be available to the public, and it's going to be hidden to only you and people who have the password to access the website. So Squarespace does offer a bunch of different plans. Just a heads up, if you guys are looking to sell something on your website, then you're going to have to go with the personal plan, because the e-commerce store is not supported in the regular personal $12 a month plan. Again, all these prices are in USD. I personally think the $18 a month plan is super worth it. And the main reason is that if you scroll all the way down, you actually get up to $100 in Google Ads credits. So over here, the disclaimer is just saying that you need to spend a minimum or the first $25 to get access to that $100 credit, but it's still super worth it because you're getting $100 of value just by signing up for this specific plan. So it's really worth it. Also, if you pay annually versus monthly, you actually save up to 30% on the total price. So I really recommend, if you guys can shell out all the money up front, you really pay annually, and then you kind of just forget about it for that year and you get a pretty good discount. And honestly, I think this plan is really worth it, and you don't really need anything more than that for most content creators or for most stores or for more restaurants or anything like that. And again, this plan is the one that I went with personally as well. And that's it, guys. It's actually that easy to create your own website in 2021. Now, when I first started this process, I was super intimidated. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to look. So hopefully, if you guys are watching this video and that was some of the concerns that you had also, this video really helps you guys out. And as always, if you guys learned something, then definitely hit that like button. It really helps out the video and I would really appreciate it. And also, if you guys are into this kind of stuff like content creation, photography, how to build your own website, then definitely subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. That's all I have for this video though. I'll see you guys in the next one. And until then, keep creating.